What is the value of the expression 4 squared plus 30 divided by 2 multiplied by 5? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? This expression seems very simple, but 99% of people get it wrong. Let's go step by step and solve it together. To solve this question, many people start by calculating 4 squared first, and instead of the original expression, they rewrite it as 16 plus 30 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. In the next step, they usually perform the addition between 16 and 30 and simplify this expression to 46 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. Then, they proceed by doing the division between 46 and 2, which gives them 23 multiplied by 5. And finally, they multiply 23 by 5, which ends up with the answer 115. Then, without any hesitation, they quickly say that option D is the correct answer to this question. However, this answer is absolutely wrong. Also, some other people when solving this question first go for the expression 4 squared and they simplify to 16 plus 30 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. In the next step, they usually go for the multiplication between 2 and 5 because they think multiplication has priority over division. So, they rewrite this expression as 16 plus 30 divided by 10. Next, they perform the division between 30 and 10 since they believe division has priority over addition. And they rewrite this expression as 16 plus 3, which ultimately gives them the answer 19. And immediately, they conclude that option B is the correct answer to this question. But I have to say, we were tricked and it's not the correct answer to this question. Alright, now let me explain step by step how to solve this expression correctly. To solve this question, we must follow a rule that is called PEMDAS. We have to follow the order of operations I told you, step by step from top to bottom. Alright, as you can see in the image, in this expression, first we have an exponent, then an addition sign, followed by a division, and finally a multiplication. We should start with the exponent, because in this expression, exponent has a higher priority than the other operations. So, this expression simplifies to 16 plus 30 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. And the next step, we need to handle the division and multiplication, since multiplication and division have higher priority than addition. However, it's really important to understand that multiplication and division have exactly the same level of priority. In this situation, the best thing to do is to start from the left side of the expression and move toward the right, performing division and multiplication in order. So, first we perform the division between 30 and 2, and this expression simplifies to 16 plus 15, then multiplied by 5. And the final step, we do the multiplication between 15 and 5, which gives us 16 plus 75. And finally, the value of this expression is equal to 91. That's great. Option C is the correct answer to this question. Alright, now let's solve another tricky math question together. What is the value of the expression 19 minus 9 multiplied by open parenthesis 12 minus 2 close parenthesis? Which option do you think is the correct answer to this question? Let's dive in and break it down step by step together. In the first step, most people perform the subtraction between 19 and 9, which I have highlighted in blue. So, this expression simplifies to 10 multiplied by 12 minus 2 inside the parentheses. In the next step, they calculate 12 minus 2 inside the parentheses, which becomes 10 multiplied by 10. And finally, the value of this expression must be equal to 100. Then, without any hesitation, they quickly say that option D is the correct answer to this question. However, it's not the correct answer to this question. Alright, now let me show you how to solve this expression properly. To solve this question, we need to follow a rule that is called PEMDAS. PEMDAS shows us the priority of the order of operations. Okay, as you can see in the image, in this expression, first we have a subtraction sign, then a multiplication sign, and finally parentheses. We must start with the parentheses first, because they have a higher priority than the other operations. So we can write this expression as 19 minus 9 multiplied by 10. And the next step, we move on to the multiplication between 9 and 10, because multiplication has a higher priority than subtraction. So we rewrite this expression as 19 minus 90, which finally gives us the answer negative 71. Therefore, option A is the correct answer to this question.